Much appreciated. Oh, and there will be a drawing during the reception, and I will pull those tickets, so hold on to the little red tickets you got when you checked in, because we do have 11 really nice prizes that were donated to us. Okay. This panel is about surviving the practice of law. It's running with the wolves and big dogs without running away. Surviving the practice of law from the female point of view. Because we recognize that there are differences between women and men. We're not trying to hide those differences or mask them or pretend that we are men. We want to accept that we are females, use our strength, and move on. So with that, I will let each panelist kind of give a brief introduction of themselves to tell us where they currently are practicing, how long they've been a member of the profession, and where are all of the, if applicable, the other employers that they have worked with or for, and what. Start with Kim. We'll start on this end.
Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to see so many wonderful women here today. I think this is an incredible opportunity to get women together and to talk about issues that we face. I think in doing this, you in the end come out stronger and more confident. So I really think it's a great idea, and I have to tell Kelly and her team, terrific job. I'm currently at Irwin Fritchie, Urquhart de Moore in New Orleans. We started our firm back in 2001 and started with a small group of lawyers and a small staff. We are somewhat of a boutique firm. We really specialize in doing product liability, and for myself, I really specialize in doing pharmaceutical and medical device work. And through the years, we've been very fortunate to see our practice grow and to see now that we're about close to 40 lawyers and, of course, a tremendous staff that really, as everybody knows here, one thing that can make or break you is having a terrific staff of secretaries, legal assistants, and paralegals. Prior to that, I was at a small firm that had been around for a long, long time, a good firm, and I had a lot of good nurturing there. But I think during those years when we were there, we were really looking for opportunities to be a little bit more progressive. When you look down the road and you think about where you want to be and the role you want to play, you want to be in a place where you can take a leadership role, where you speak and you're listened to, and you can be more than just a billing machine. And not necessarily saying that those were all the issues there, but we had an opportunity to break off, as I said, a long time ago, and start a firm that has really been a terrific opportunity, I think, for women and for men. It's really a family-oriented place, and that's what I found really works well. So that's pretty much my background.
Nanette?
Hi, my name is
Can you hear Nanette?
Can y'all hear me?
There you go.
Okay, good morning. My name is Nanette Jolivet Brown, and I've really done a number of things, but for the majority of my practice over the past 20 years, I've been in large defense firms. I have a master's in energy and environmental law. Throughout the 20-year time, though, on occasion, I've taken breaks from the full-time practice of law and litigation. I taught, I know I have a student in the room, I taught at Southern University Law Center. I taught environmental law and civil procedure and professional responsibility there for a couple of years. I taught at Tulane Law School for a couple of years in the environmental law clinic. I'm currently finishing up on a 2-year visiting position at Loyola Law School, where I teach mediation in arbitration in a clinical setting. So, I mean, I guess that's, I don't want to go into any detail, but I guess that sort of sums me up. The majority of my practice has been in litigation, in permitting, and regulatory work in the energy and environmental law arena.
Mary?
Oh, does this one work? I'm married to Mastery, and I am at Stone Hickman, and I've been there since I graduated from law school. It's been 21 years now. And I noticed that we were talking earlier that each of us has a little bit of a different slant to offer you in that
defense and public interest
and public interest work. But we've all been litigation. That's interesting. We've all litigation. We don't have a transactional lawyer up here, but I've been able to. The nice thing is it Cecilia. Okay. The nice thing about what I do and why I enjoy it is because I am allowed to be myself at the firm, and that's important. And that, as Kim said, you've got to have confidence in yourself, and you've got to be able to be yourself. And that is, I think, was going to be a theme of this, in that you have to be comfortable and know that as a woman you can get ahead. You have to do your best in some cases, depending on what you're looking for. And, you know, Darlene's been doing this for so long; she struggled with it and fought her way to the top. And if you want, depending on what you want, then you'll have to do different things and fight harder for it. And we'll all have to fight harder because we have to do our best. And a man has to do his best too. So I don't think that's a big distinction. But anyway, that's really all I've done for 20 years. Darlene, on you.
My name is Darlene Jacobs. I've practiced law for 38 years. I have 3 law offices, one in Orleans Parish, one in St. Bernard Parish, and one in Jefferson Parish. My practice is limited to personal injury, class action, and advocacy litigation. I have a master's in advocacy law from Tulane. I'm also licensed to practice in the state of New York and recently participated in the 9/11 cases, taking 3 cases for the state of New York, pro bono. Currently, I'm serving as liaison counsel in all the levy cases between federal and state court. I probably will be the principal trial lawyer in the Broussard matter and also in the state levy cases that are currently pending. I have participated in the levy litigation team in federal court. We also have the Mr. Go case going on now. And it seems like only yesterday, 38 years ago, when I, as a young lawyer, at 24, went out to practice law from Loyola. At that time, there was only 1 or 2 female practitioners in the city of New Orleans, and they just did criminal work. And because my grades were not good at Loyola Law School, Wendell Gauthier was last, and I was second to last. And I always like to tell that story. I couldn't get on with the law firm, and I literally applied to everybody. So my father had a restaurant on Bourbon Street, the Clover Grill. If you saw the Curious Life of Benjamin Button, the Clover Grill's in there about 4 or 5 times. My family still owns that restaurant. And in the back of that restaurant is a small building facing Bourbon Street. And I literally hung up a shingle on Bourbon Street and started my law practice. I was, as I said, one of the first female practitioners in New Orleans. I was probably the first female practitioner to bring in quite a few multi-million-dollar verdicts in the state of Louisiana, and I'm pretty sure I'm the first to bring in a multi-billion-dollar judgment from a jury in the state of Louisiana in the CSX case, which I believe is now still the highest in the country. The Exxon Valdez was first, and they cut that judgment, so we're now still the highest. I enjoy immensely what I work. It's unfortunate that I'm 63 years of age and my time is running out. But the fact that you ladies are here today means that you all are survivors. And this is a tough game. You need tough players. And I'm really proud of every one of you all. I'm really proud of you. Because it takes guts to stay in this profession. And it takes balls to be good in it.
With that introduction, we would like to hear from you with the different practice areas that you have gone in and the things you've gone through the last few years. What were some of the challenges you faced when you first started practicing? And what are some of the challenges that you see that women are still facing? Yes.
Well, anybody that says that the male lawyers don't discriminate against women, they're totally untrue. Right before I was a lawyer, I remember having lunch with Evangeline Maverick, who was one of the older lawyers in our profession here in the New Orleans area. I worked for Shell Oil Company at that time, and I remember her telling me that the practice of law is a jealous mistress. And my husband's late wife, Judge Anna, Judge Bettis Levy, always said that a woman has to work twice as hard to get half as far. I found that that was true to me, and it's still true in this profession today. Unless you really work hard and beat the pants off the male lawyer that you've got to go up against.